talk to you a little bit about what to think about when looking at data. So the list here, and then I'm going to show you some examples of what these are, is context. So a lot of stats you'll see on the news is completely out of context. Like, ooh, we're quoting this fact, but it has nothing to do with what you're doing. All these people died. This is horrible. Yeah, but all those people died in this unrelated event that doesn't have to do with what you're saying is horrible. So sometimes, things are taken and they don't make much sense. Your source of data, who gave it to you? Is that person biased? Should I trust that person? It's kind of like the Wikipedia article. I don't trust Wikipedia. I don't know who put it up there. But, oh, the BBC reported that? I'm going to give that more credence. Sampling method. Did you just go out and ask 10 people that you knew, or did you actually go out and randomly sample? What kind of conclusions are you making? Are these useful conclusions? Does this have practical implications? I can prove you can lose 1 pound in a year on my diet. I don't want to lose a pound. I want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds. That's not practical. I can statistically maybe prove you can lose 1 pound. Now, sometimes it might be a practical, especially when it comes to qualitative. I've talked to a lot of people I really respect, and they all say this diet plan has really worked for them. That might be enough of a practical, goal for me, even though no one's been able to statistically prove said diet works. Maybe because I've talked to all my friends, I'm willing to try said diet. So, there are times when you don't care that it's not statistically proven, and other times you want both. So I'm going to bring up some examples and show them. So like here, in a poll sponsored by the Idaho Potato Commission, the favorite choice was potatoes. There might be some bias there. Internet poll, 951 internet users were asked to respond. Okay, so this is a voluntary survey, meaning you probably didn't get the best people. We all know those surveys. Ooh, I'm super interested. I'm going to respond. And usually then you have one, you get both ends of the spectrum, but the middle people who are like, meh, they're not responding. Strong correlation between consumption of sour cream and the number of motorcycle riders killed. Okay. Do those seem to have any thing? No, I don't think sour cream and motorcycle riders killed probably have anything to do with it. Now, the other thing is then they're trying to say that this causes fatalities. First of all, a correlation doesn't prove causation, just never. So right there's a wrong thing. But then also, I can look at sour cream and motorcycle riders and go, there's something fishy here. I can usually prove something like that, but that doesn't mean it means anything. Smokers, the electronic cigarette showed a 50-50, that sometimes, always, or often. Well, first of all, that's a very vague terms. But also, it's a cigarette company, not all that useful. Now, I was going to show you back here, coming up here, you can see here sampling method of sound. Really, how'd they do it? Is there a method to it, or just, going out and seeing who they did? Now, I was looking for, let's see here. Oh, right here. Statistical versus practical significance. So, in this first one, the Kingman Diet and Exercise Program, 40 subjects lost an average of 22 pounds, 1% chance. If it's less than 5%, we consider it statistically significant. So this is less than 1%, less than 5%, so it would be statistically significant. And then average of 22, I think most of us would consider that practically applicable as well. So like here, 3%, 3% chance of getting those results. Okay, that is statistically. Now this is saying 16 with the average mean raise of 5 points. That's pretty good. And I don't know, what an MCAT is out of, but if that's a good leap, then okay, that's probably well. Like 5 points on the SATs, which goes to 1600, might not be as big a deal, but if the MCAT's lower, probably good. I haven't taken the MCAT. Taken lots of other crap, not the MCAT. This 19% chance of getting that many girls, okay, well, first of all, that's higher than 5%, so it does not have statistical significance. And then this went up from let's see here, used to give 100, that's still pretty close to 50-50. It's not that far off. Not going to be all that useful either. So, when you're looking at things, you're looking at both Does it have practical significance? And does it have statistical? And sometimes, depending on what you're doing, you might choose one or the other. And sometimes, again, I can prove a lot of things. That doesn't mean they're useful. But when you're looking at data, it's important, especially you see so much data out there in, on the media, whether you see it in social media or, the more traditional media, you still see data coming at you all the time. And when you're looking at it, context, source, how they did it, that all matters. And a lot of times what they're throwing at you actually isn't all that good of data. And your goal throughout this class is to learn how to evaluate it better.